I heard this is one of the most epic stalls that has ever happened in Pokemon, and naturally, I got a little interested. So let's go and see how this works out for Fan Fridays. I'm going to tell you the turn count right now. This is the first time looking at it. We are at 53 turns. Not the legendary, like, over 100 that Berto had, but it's still a lot. So there we go. Like, apparently this is like the ultimate showdown, that the opponent's Tentacruel is absolutely nuts. And after that one Leaf Storm, we can see, all right, it can tank up a hit, but Tentacruel, oh no, it throws out the Confuse. Not even Acid Spray, just a straight Confuse Ray. Okay. Okay, but also, guys, if you don't want to be around for a 53 turn battle, I'm pretty sure life will resume without you watching this, that you won't miss out anything. Wow, the Superior doesn't want to deal with this, decides to switch out and preserve the win condition, but go into the Dusclops. Like, all right, you want to play this game? I'll play this game, and that's going to be the Sludge Wave. I'm pretty sure Superior could have tanked it up, but I guess just in case it was like a Acid Spray, didn't want Acid Spray, hit yourself in Confusion, eat another Acid Spray, then things get sketchy. But Tentacruel gets the outspeed, throws down the Confuse Ray. Yeah, like, I hate Tentacruel personally. That whenever I'm trying to set up my Clefable, whenever I'm trying to set up, you know, anything, it just goes and Acid Sprays me, and then I'm not allowed to get my setup. So, seeing this, it's a bit different from Tentacruel, but it almost seems a bit more filthy. So, Dusclops gets in, doesn't get a chance, and now we go into the chance of Chansey. So that's going to be the Sludge Wave from the Tentacruel for 27 damage. So that's like not a lot at all. I can't even do math, but less than 10%. And Chansey has Calm Mind though. Alright, so now we're seeing some shenanigans. We got Confuse Ray, we got Calm Mind, we got Sludge Wave. I mean, none of the, like, I'm trying to think about which status is worse, but normal poison and normal burn are relatively the same. So, it doesn't really matter which. Actually, none of them matter, because it's the same damage, but Chansey, with the huge special defense that it is known for, going to keep setting up the Calm Mind. The opponent, not with that Acid Spray, causing for something very interesting. So yeah, the interesting thing about Acid Spray is that if you're going for the long battle, it works out, but in the short term, it really doesn't, because I think it only has like 40 base power. So 40 base power, well, if you're cutting the special defense in half, then that means you're still 40 power down on something like a Sludge Wave. And then that means the next turn now it has effectively 80 base power, but then it only goes up to 120 because of diminishing returns. And the Chansey is ferocious enough to cause a switch out for the Tentacruel going into Blastoise. So that's going to be the Shadow Ball response, but Blastoise tanks it up even after the Calm Minds and goes into the Mega. Oh boy, we are only a fifth of the way through this battle and it is already filthy. So that's going to be the Aura Sphere from the Blastoise. You can see the glitch in the background, but it does not bother the Chansey, and Chansey even has the Toxic. So, Toxic Shadow Ball. Calm Mind Soft Boiled? That is a crazy Chansey. Got the Eviolite, of course. Blastoise is going to keep using that Aura Sphere, but it's not doing much. And I feel like Aura Sphere, super effective damage, if Blastoise has something like the Water Spout, would be doing more initially. The critical hit. Okay, Blastoise is starting to go down to this Chansey. If Chansey goes for the sweep in the long haul, that would be absolutely silly. But with this, I'm not seeing a Heal Bell, but it has the healer ability, so I guess it can switch out if it does get any kind of status from the Tentacruel. That's going to be a Chansey going for the soft-boiled free on this Dragonite switch-in. I mean, all you have to do is Toxic the Dragonite, and then its multi-scale goes away, and then you go and you hit it with that Shadow Ball, and things are about to get interesting. So, ooh, the Toxic's going to miss. Dragonite's going to go for another Dragon Dance off of the back of that turn. Well, has the +2. What is Chansey going to do in response? Like, it's going to get that Toxic down. Has a lot of dedication on this setup. So I guess even if it's like max hit points, max defense, how does it deal against the +2 Dragonite? That's going to be something to look at. But we are never going to know that. That will be forever forgotten. This matchup will never be played through as we go into the Sylveon for the response. Dragonite with that other Dragon. Oh, no. The opponent's showing way too much greed right now. I guess he felt he needed it to get over the Chansey, but I mean, if he went for a Dragon Claw, I mean, Sylveon would have gone for it. So I guess in this situation it works, but there's the extreme speed. So +3 on Sylveon. Does find the 2-shot. Sylveon has the Wish, though. If it's Wish Protect, then you just stall it out through the Toxic. What is Dragonite to do in that situation? Earthquake? Because I'm trying to figure out. It should have another move. Other than that, like, Thunder Punch isn't going to do more. Sylveon's going to get that Protect. That's when you go for another Dragon Dance and then hope for the best. No, there's the Extreme Speed. Wish Protect, too obvious right there. Sylveon now almost at full health, and it's going to be the same thing over and over. So Dragonite has been effectively walled out, and Chansey, it got its switch out. It's okay with that. It's at full health. Now we go into the Seismitoad. So Sylveon just throws out the Hyper Voice. You know, might as well finish off the Dragonite. You're still going to survive that hit no matter what. Seismitoad has the leftovers, but it's still looking to get the 2-shot. And throws out the Scald on the Sylveon. It's got a lot of special defense. Yeah, it's not going to do much. No burn either. And there's the Hyper Voice. So, Seismitoad goes down. Wow. The break comes through. I'm guessing, like, Tentacruel comes in and walls it, because Tentacruel has that high special defense. So even Hyper Voice won't be doing much. Sludge Bomb, something to respect, but I don't think it has enough to, like, really worry. Or Sludge Wave. Oh, I forgot it. Tentacruel's using Sludge Wave, not Sludge Bomb. So that means Sludge Wave doesn't have an additional effect, right? I don't think it can poison. I could be wrong, but that's why Tentacruel switched over to the Scald, because Scald has that chance to burn, making Chansey's life a little more difficult. But in the end, Sylveon gets some wow, actually that's no damage on that Hyper Voice. Yikes. Sludge Wave, not enough. Sylveon sets up the Wish, and now it goes to those Wish Protects. So it gets to do its thing. Tentacruel heals up with a Black Sludge. Yeah, trying to face check the Tentacruel. Not really working out. It's like, what can you do about that? Like, Superior wasn't missing much health, if any, because it just took the Confuse Ray and left. Chansey's back up to really good health. So, I mean, you're just stalling for the Sylveon to maybe get through as many Sludge Waves as possible. If so, could be a decent idea? Like, that's all I gotta say is, does it? Oh no, Tentacruel v Tentacruel. Oh, but there's a Confuse Ray response, so I guess getting a good read on that prediction right there from the opposing Tentacruel. I'm going to sit back in my chair. If you hear my mic moving around, that's because I need to kick back for this one. My voice might change. I might sound closer or further. Who knows? But I need to go full reclining mode and just watch the rest of this play out, because it's taking too much energy to be at the edge of my seat anymore. Tentacruel hits itself in Confusion. We have the Sharpedo on deck. Confusion damage, slightly more than the Black Sludge heal. It snaps out of Confusion, gets the Toxic Spice going, so there's going to be more setup on the side from this Tentacruel, and if it has that, it might even have the Acid Spray. So that's going to be an Earthquake from the Sharpedo. Surprisingly enough, we'll have that 2-hit KO onto the Tentacruel in the end. And I'm feeling the hype right now. Going to be talking faster. Sharpedo's Speed Boost will mean that Tentacruel is in a very bad spot, so you do have to switch out the Tentacruel, and at least the battle is exciting enough for me to keep talking about things. Now we go into the Superior. It's going to absorb the hit, but I guess you can use it to get set up. You know, you Leaf Storm, hope for the best right here. The opponent is in a very bad situation unless it has a very heavy answer for the Superior, as we see another Sharpedo Speed Boost. Never mind, because, yeah, Sharpedo's going to outspeed with that Ice Beam. No Ice Beam? Special Attacker mixed? What is this Sharpedo? It gets the freeze! Oh my goodness! Superior's Frozen Salt. That is very unfortunate. So a potential win condition now outclassed right here. Wait a second. Is that a little glitchy looking thing right there on the screen? Huh, it looks like since it was frozen, one of the sides of its like ear things was kind of like clipped out and whatnot. Either way, Bree and Chansey. There we go. That's the lack of damage that we come to expect from all of this. Sharpedo's got the speed boost and just going to throw out the crunch, hoping to do something to the Chansey. Actually, good amount of damage. Toxic misses again. So Chansey just has to hope, you know, it's soft-boiled, you know, eat the hit, soft-boiled, eat the hit, soft-boiled, go for a Toxic, and then it should be okay. So it's not, ooh, doing the numbers right there, I guess. Like, anticipating, all right, I can survive, then go for the soft-boiled. You know, if there was enough health to survive off the back of that 2-hit, you would be fine, because That's just a free turn of poison as you get the soft boileds. Eventually, we'll have to force it out, but instead, Chansey decides to go in against something else, brings in the Sylveon. Oh, this is going to be a big play. I already see this play coming right here. Sylveon going to Wish. On the turn, Sharpedo switches out into the Tentacruel, expecting a Hyper Voice. Then you can Wish back into the Chansey and gain all of that sweet, sweet health. Maybe? I'm thinking that. That's the play I'm really feeling right now. So there's the Sharpedo withdrawal. Is it into the Tentacruel? Yes, it is. Wow, this battle is actually really good. And the Poison Spikes are going to disappear because of that. There's the Wish setup, because Tentacruel was in for pretty free right there. But it gains all the health back from that Black Sludge. And the leftovers giving Sylveon just a little bit of freeness. As long as Tentacruel goes down, looks like the rest of the opponent's team is not in a good place. That is going to be the switch into the Chansey. If the opponent was reading this, he would go for the Scald to hope for the burn. Throws down the Confuse Ray. I guess that status still counts. But Chansey's going to gain a lot of health back from that Wish. Not quite half, because Chansey has way too much health. But in a solid position to get its own. Oh boy. That's to say to get its own soft boil back in. But now we're going into the Dusclops. So Dusclops throws down that pressure. And Tentacruel throws out the Toxic Spikes. There's the other move on the Tentacruel, bringing Toxic Spikes for himself. But there's another Tentacruel in play. So I mean, Tentacruel can clear the Toxic Spikes of the Tentacruel, the Tentacruel, the Tentacruel. As we go into Sharpedo, but the taunt from Dusclops, I don't think really changes too much, actually. On the Sharpedo, though, no Destiny Bond, potentially. Ooh, I don't know why you'd switch out. I feel, even in the face of the Crunch, you could survive the Crunch, get down the Confuse Ray, then go for the switch. That's going to be the Crunch. Is it soaked up by the Tentacruel? Ooh, just barely, even after looking at, like, the Earthquake from earlier and stuff. Crunch doing still pretty well. That's going to be a poison damage ticking down. At least getting rid of the Toxic Spikes as you get your Chansey set up just a little bit more. That's going to be a withdrawal on the Sharpedo. Maybe expecting a switch into the Sylveon for another Wish play. But Tentacruel comes out as we see a Confuse Ray from this Tentacruel. Wow. What do? Like, Tentacruel has the advantage on that. Will switch out in the end, and then we're going to see Optimus. Okay, so Metagross comes in. I don't think Metagross has too much. Like, if it gets burned by Scald, that is very bad. But Tentacruel hits itself in Confusion at the very least. I don't really know if there's super effective hits on this, well, like anything that the Metagross can do, unless it has that Earthquake. But it will be a switch out of the Tentacruel into Sharpedo once again. Sharpedo has the Crunch, but I mean, Metagross has something else to say about that. Also, a little bit of toxic damage. We're about to see what happens, guys, because I don't think the Sharpedo will be in a good... Oh, except for the Zen Headbutt. No Earthquake. Zen Headbutt will be immune right there. And the Thunder Punch. Wow, Metagross just taking that right there, knowing, hey, I got the Mega. You switched in, so we don't have to worry about Speed Boost. And the Thunder Punch coverage. Oh, that's why you bring it in, because Thunder Punch will finally... Oh, no. Quick work of the rest of the team right here. You know, that's a Thunder Punch. Tough Claws. Super effective hit. Lapras tanks it, though. Has the Surf. Once again, as much damage to try to get Tentacruel to do something. But that's survival right there. And there's a Thunder Punch. So Tentacruel probably can survive one Thunder Punch. Which means... who knows? So that's going to be Tentacruel. There's a Thunder Punch. I mean, if you can get it kind of low. I mean, you can't... Wow. That's a lot of damage. Tentacruel throws out the Confuse Ray. Throwing it down to the lock right now. Oh, man. Metagross hits itself in Confusion. Gets knocked out. Eats the Scald. It can't finish off the Tentacruel. If that happens right now... Oh, switches out the Metagross. Decides to preserve the potential on the win condition. And goes into Chansey. The Tentacruel switching out into Dragonite, right? The Dragonite still exists, but that is going to be poison. That's going to be an already low Dragonite. Extreme Speed. Just tosses it out there, sees how much damage it can do to Chansey. Even after 2, it wouldn't be a lot. So Chansey either sees, you know, Dragon Dance. That's free. Extreme Speed. That's free. Now we're going to go and get that soft boiled heal. The Dragonite's taking poison damage. Only has 2 turns left. and the Dragonite will be switched out. Alright. Alright. Blastoise, right, remember him from earlier in the battle? Ah, the opponent's just in such a bad position. So much status, so many low Pokemon. Free Shadow Ball onto Blastoise. You know, try and just make it... Dragonite eats Shadow Ball, eats the rest of Toxic, goes down anyways. Blastoise in the same position, going to be throwing out the Ice Beam onto Chansey. Chansey, nothing. Gets a free Calm Mind because why not? That's what you do. You see the Calm Mind? Blastoise takes poison damage, Calm Mind, poison damage, self-KO right there. Not much else you can say about that. Then it can be the same on Dragonite, you know? Get a Calm Mind, and then you go for the Soft Boil. Now you're at +3 for the free, and that's going to be an Aura Sphere from Blastoise. Ooh! Actually showing a lot of damage, but that was a critical. I was about to say, after one Calm Mind, it shouldn't be doing that much, but still setting up the Calm Minds right there, and Blastoise goes down to that, so... There's really not enough damage to finish anything off right here. Chansey gets a soft-boiled, status goes through, and it's either soft-boiled Wars or you bring out the Tentacruel. He switched out the Tentacruel earlier, and now Chansey is in a better position. Tries to go for that Toxic Spikes as Chansey can just shut it down on that Shadow Ball. Besides the soft-boiled, playing it safe, I like that. I like the safer plays. I'll go for the sustain over the finish any day. After some of that Calm Mind, I'm going to see how it does to the Tentacruel. Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave comes through, tries to get as much damage. Chansey doesn't even flinch. There's a Shadow Ball. And I believe that that is going to be the Snowball downward. Wow. Never mind. Not enough damage at all. Like, that's such a losing position right here because you Calm Mind to win over some more damage to get over the Black Sludge, but at the end of the day, the Black Sludge is going to be healing all the damage that you're doing, and then you also you get set back so many turns. Every confusion is just painful. But we'll see where it goes. Chansey switches out, not dealing with that confusion right there. Are we going to go back into the Metagross? There we go, there's Optimus, there's the Metagross. I mean, the opponent, yeah, no matter what he switches into, it's Thunderbolt KO. So there's a Scald. Metagross survives. It's fine. Didn't eat the... Yeah, now it's just Thunder Punch City, and that should be the game. Oh, my goodness. What a cast right here. What a game. What a game. I gotta say. Yeah, because everything comes in, and then it's going to be GG. So Dragonite tries to throw out the Extreme Speed. Clutching! 17 damage onto the Metagross. Bullet Punch. Oh, just throwing it out there, just cuz. Dragonite goes down regardless. And then... Oh, wait, when did Lapras go down? I thought Lapras didn't. Either way, a lot of craziness coming out from both sides, but the battle was won through just... I don't even know what happened. Game over. Great battle, though. How do we finish that one, guys? Every Pokemon was played well, played very well on both sides. That Tentacruel was indeed a beast. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Get ready for some more Fan Fridays coming up next. Thank you very much for watching.